We are back on Longhorn Weekly. Roger Wall sitting in for Craig Way. We're focusing on UT men's and women's track and field. Texas Relays, and that is always a great undertaking. Joining us now is Assistant AD for Events, James Barr. And James, what does it take in a nutshell to put together one of the biggest track meets in the country?
I think the scope of it is obviously very tremendous, but very exciting at the same time. We've got a little over 6,500 athletes entered this year. Right at 894 teams, I believe, is our number this morning. Huge high school, collegiate, post-collegiate participation. So everything that you're doing, you're taking into account in terms of researching the marks and who we accept. Marks from 2013, if applicable, with it being early in the outdoor season, but 2014 marks and times. And we're excited about what we've got ahead this weekend. So
I think one of the greatest things about this event is you just touched on it. You got high school, you got small college, you've got major universities, you've got professional athletes that are continuing. I mean, a pretty unique event in that manner, isn't it?
It is. You know, and we've got 9 countries this year coming as well. Some great representation, not only from the United States, but Canada, Mexico, China, Brazil, Japan. Amongst others, Great Britain. So it's definitely a showcase piece for the University of Texas, but for this sport in this country and in the world, it's a huge event for track and field.
How do you go about attracting, or do they come to you, the international athletes and their programs?
We cultivate relationships with those guys and ladies over the years, but at the same time, when they do reach out to us, we obviously want to be very welcoming. We do have cuts that we have to make. Lanes and opportunities are exclusive, but at the same time, most people know that if they're going to bring their kids and come from another country or from, you know, even far away in the United States, they're going to, at Texas Relays, they're going to bring exclusive elite athletes. So.
And we've got some professionals that are going to be here. You want to touch on some of the athletes that maybe folks will know the names?
Yes, sir. I think Jeremy Warner is back to run a mile relay with a group out of Waco. So we're excited about having those guys. This year we're adding a invitational men's and women's 200 meters on Saturday. We've always talked about that. Meyer Stadium is set up perfectly location-wise with the north-south setup, with the winds coming off the Gulf out of the south-southeast typically. So 200 is with the big radius, a European oval. A lot of people are excited about the 200 on Saturday afternoon. Wallace Spearman will be one of the guys running that, and then we've got some of our Texas X's on the women's side, Stacey Ann Smith, Shalonda Goodman, and then several other ladies that are going to be looking at entering that. I think one of the things we've looked at, the pole vault, is obviously the demand for it nationally and worldwide has become huge. I think as evidenced by the cuts it took to make the fields in those events this year, it's to make the men's A invitational field, it took 17.9 to get in to that group and 13.9 on the women's side. And then obviously on the high school fields, those guys are all great as well. But with the demand for it, we've added an Olympic development men's pole vault on Saturday afternoon with Steve Lewis from Great Britain, amongst many other Americans that are elite. So we're excited about that.
From you and your staff standpoint, what does it take to put on a successful high-level track meet? Because everyone says the same thing about this event, how great it is, and everybody loves coming here.
I think I'm a big attention to detail person. I think everything that you're doing, from making sure that your hip numbers stick to making sure that you get the right person in the right lane, is very important. I think the biggest thing that's what has allowed this event to succeed, the 87th edition of it, so well over the years, is the fact that people have worked so hard to do that. We've got 300 member officials association that is basically all volunteers that comes in to support us. We're very blessed in that regard. Obviously Sean and sports information staff, and then Mario now with our combined program, all that our staff is doing to help support us. The nuts and bolts of it are obviously all very important to making that happen. from utilizing warm-up areas, making sure that these high-level athletes have everything they need to be able to get on the track and perform accordingly. So.
And now the brand is growing. Longhorn Network obviously televising, so that gives it an extra avenue for people to see and watch and learn about.
Yes, sir. We're excited about it. I mean, you look at the coverage that LHN's providing, 17-plus hours nationally, with the exception of the Olympic trials and some of the other World Championship type events. I mean, you're not going to see that kind of coverage for track and field, so it's a chance to showcase the sport, which for those of us that love the sport, it's very exciting to see that as an opportunity on our campus at the University of Texas.
Well, James, I'm sure it's one of those weeks you look forward to, and then you look forward to Saturday night as well. And a lot of hard work goes into it.
Yes, sir. It's a special week. It's a special time. You definitely continue to want to live up to everything that the previous 86 of them have been. So we're excited to make this the best one we've had. So.
Appreciate your time. James Barr, 7th year as meet director for the Texas Relays.